been a long time coming for another video to be finally made on the channel. I've been taking a long break. I've been thinking of some video ideas, and I thought to do one now to think about the round 3 of the playoffs. I deleted the Rebuild the Buffalo Sabres series because I intentionally thought it was doing horrible, but I will be doing a new one involving the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Leafs fans, get ready for that. But again, we're here to talk about round 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. My thoughts on first 2 games so far, absolutely shockers really for each game one. Mostly because you got guys like Ovechkin and Hopi and Oshie and all the other guys who are like, they've been around for so long, but they haven't made it past round 2. You know, Ovechkin's been shaking the hand of Sidney Crosby for a long time now. And it's finally one of those moments where Ovechkin was probably the most emotional person I've ever seen in the National Hockey League in a while. Mostly because of the interview he did after the game where he was completely speechless. He had no really words to describe how happy he was because he intentionally couldn't believe it, I think, himself. I feel like even he didn't think the Washington Capitals, his own team, were going to do it. But when you're that strong of a team to beat Pittsburgh like the way they did is absolutely amazing and a shocking win. But now finally comes game 1 between But finally, here comes Game 1 between the Washington Capitals and Tampa Bay Lightning and the Round 3 Conference Finals. And what happens? Tampa starts off the game 4-0. Now, I don't want to say anything to Tampa, but you might want to talk to Vasilevskiy. I mean, Vasilevskiy's a great goalie, don't get me wrong, but to let in 4 goals and make it 4-0, your team really isn't doing that much until the last 7 minutes of a third period where they can score 2 goals. Come on. Tampa's way better than that. I feel like they slacked game 1 and Washington was powered. They completely were power hungry to win a game 1, and Tampa was just slacking, I think, the whole time. I feel like game 2, though, as it's going on tonight, will be a little bit different. I think Tampa will be able to tie the series up. But hopefully they can step it up, make this series a little bit more interesting than we are hoping it to be. I mean, at least it didn't end 4-0. We can say that. At least it stuck to a 4-2 game, and you had some of your key guys score. So it's like, that's kind of a good sign going into the next game. And it is because, let's start to the second game, where Ovechkin, literally 28 seconds into the first, and Vasilevskiy lets in a goal. Are you kidding me, Vasilevskiy? You can't... There's no words to, I don't even think make up. There's no excuses to make up for the start of the first period in game 2. It's just like... Ovechkin comes in and scores, and it's already 1-0 28 seconds in. Like, you gotta be kidding me. But then I think during the game, Vasilevskiy kind of stepped it up. He made a couple good saves. A lot more better saves, we can say, than the first game. And in the first period, it's 2-1 for Tampa Bay right now, so that's good. Vasilevskiy seems, of course, to be stepping it up, but it's like... they're going to need a lot more power to beat Washington. Now let's talk about the Winnipeg Jets and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Las Vegas Golden Knights expecting to beat the San Jose Sharks as usual. San Jose put up a good fight. But here's the thing that's been bothering me about sports. Specifically about the NHL is everyone talks about the Sharks and that they choke. They don't really choke. Like, it's not like they had a lead or like a big series lead. They didn't choke. They won 4-0, their first series. And then they played a decent 4-2 series against the Vegas Golden Knights. Really, they played great against Vegas, better than anticipated. They had it tied 2-2. If you want to look at a team that chokes, you should come to my team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and tell the Sharks that they choke then. But enough about that. Vegas finally proving themselves more, I guess, dominance as what they already were when the season started, because the season started and Vegas was originally second for the whole thing. At some point, they even led the whole league, but it kind of dropped down a little bit. They were still leading. They've led their division the whole time, but they dropped down from the league from like second, I think, to fourth, and they started to lose a little bit more. Which is why I'm glad that Vegas has been doing amazing in this year's playoffs, because I wouldn't like to see them get eliminated by the Sharks, mostly just because Vegas is that strong of a team. And more be an upset, I think, if the Sharks did win. Not saying that because I hate the Sharks. I actually do like the Sharks. They're in my top 5. But Vegas is my my second favorite team. So it's nice to see a team that I have been going for this whole year, ever since the expansion, the draft started. It's been nice to see them doing good. But the Winnipeg Jets, something I don't think that anyone was expecting against Nashville in Game 7, mostly because of the upset in Game 6, I guess you could say, against Nashville, mostly because it was one of those games where it's like, I don't know what happened. Like, you kind of don't have any words. Washington and Pittsburgh's another thing, because that went to overtime. But the fact that this game ended 5-1 is, like, unreal. It just proves that the Winnipeg Jets have their guys, and they're going to be... They have been probably the most dominant team, I think, in the playoffs. Mostly because of their goaltending and all that. Their guys are huge. Their guys are fast. Their guys are strong. It builds up more momentum as you go into the playoffs, especially with the Winnipeg Jets. But I want to see how good they're really going to do against Vegas. They've already won their first game 4-2. It should have, I think it... No, that was Winnipeg. No, that was Washington, Tampa. Never mind. Decent game, though, I guess you could say. Probably another upset, really, to be honest, because you got a team that's only been around for 6 years, beating a team that's been around for a year, but has accomplished a lot more than Winnipeg has ever had within the 6 years in only a year. And in their first year, Vegas made it to the conference finals within their first year. Like, that's insane. To me, that's insane that Vegas is able to do that. So I don't mind either seeing Winnipeg, Tampa, Washington, or Vegas win the cup. If it comes down to one team, it's either Winnipeg or Vegas. In the finals, 2 teams that I've been going for, mostly because Toronto's been out and they've been doing well, so that's good. So either one, whoever wins the series, I'm fine with, mostly because I'm not like the biggest fan ever of Winnipeg Jets, but they are a Canadian team, and I have to show Canadian respect, I feel like, because I don't want to be going for an American team as Canadian like that. Come on. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I will be starting up the Toronto Maple Leafs series possibly sooner or later. I feel like I had to make a quick video coming out, which is obviously my thoughts of the round 3 playoffs so far coming in, what I think will happen. So far, I think Tampa will beat Washington, and I think Vegas will beat Winnipeg. That's what I stuck with. I even made a Instagram post a long time ago during like half the season. I posted, imagine seeing Vegas and Tampa Bay in a finals. And it may come true. My dream finals that I've wanted may come true. I don't know, but we'll have to see. But anyways, I will see you guys later. Peace.